Aspen University, CJ140, Introduction to Criminology. My name is Andre Rosedale. I am the instructor for this course, and this is for Module 1, Discussion Question 2, which states, explain the consensus perspective and the pluralist perspective as they relate to defining criminal behavior. To which do you subscribe most? I look forward to your answer and a good reference, good APA reference, even if it's the textbook. And it can be found in the electronic textbook on page 5 and page 20. It talks about the different, the consensus perspective, which is a viewpoint that holds that laws should be enacted to criminalize given forms of behavior when members of society agree that such laws are necessary. And the pluralist perspective is a viewpoint that recognizes the importance of diversity in our society and says that behaviors are typically criminalized through a political process. So I would take it simply that a consensus perspective would be more of a religious-based government, people that share the same values, whether it's Christianity or Muslim society, Islamic society, or just different people that share the same faith and the same values. Where pluralist goes into communities that have diversity, where Christians and Jews and Muslims and Buddhists and Hindus, well, they all live together and they form a society, to further their lifestyle and their quality of living, much like the United States. So I think the pluralist perspective is where I would go to, because I am very opinionated, and I have my background and my beliefs based on my life experiences, but it may not be satisfactory towards my neighbors. I live in a very diverse community. We have just basically the normal melting pot of the United States, but we also have two casinos outside of our city limits. So those are American Indian tribes, and those casinos have brought a large amount of Asians, especially Chinese, to the area to work and enjoy the casinos. And then Central and South Americans as well have come to look for work. There's also farms around here, so there would be migrant farmers and also, those that work in the casinos. And we also have a large Haitian community based on some work done by community members here to help out Haitians and to bring them here to the United States from some of the devastation that they saw with earthquakes and poverty and that kind of thing. So we would be more of a pluralist perspective because we have different beliefs, different thoughts on things, but our goal is to further our quality of life individually and together. So we would have to get together and come to some sort of agreement on what we would do, and I can't think of the term right now. Some sort of midpoint to where we would want to work things out and how we agree to things, and we might have to give stuff up. I have neighbors that are from Central America that live right down the street, and they enjoy keeping chickens. And their chickens are vocal, and I accept that because does it wake me up? No. Do I hear it a lot when I'm awake? Yes, but this is something that they've chosen to do, and we've come to some sort of midpoint with it that they keep their chickens, and but they keep them in their yard instead of allowing them to run into my yard. So I listen to the chickens, but I don't have to pick them up and take them home anymore. So that's kind of one of the things. So we have to come to some kind of agreement, and I think that is where I would go rather than be kind of straight and narrow, and we're walking one line because this is what I say and this is what I want. And, it's possibly the consensus perspective would be based on tradition and religious beliefs. Let me know what you think, and don't forget your good APA reference for one of your posts for this question, even if it's just the textbook. And if you think it's appropriate to put it in the initial post, but you've already done that to open up this one, you can go back in and edit it and put it below. Any questions? Contact me through my email.